In this video, I want to share a couple of stories of my reaching out to the same sort of people that I referred to as energy harvesters in my previous video, and how they made me a billionaire. Story number one, Les Brown. I reached out to him on Instagram back in 2022. They had posted something along the lines of comment power and we'll reach out to you. I commented power, somebody got back to me and was trying to sell me a speech program. I told him that I wasn't interested in a speech program, even though he told me that Les was looking for some hungry individuals to coach. I told him that I wasn't interested. I was just looking for a platform to share my ideas and my stories. He just outrightly ignored all my messages and kept telling me more about the program. Eventually, I quit talking. I took my billion and moved on in life. Story number two, Tony Robbins. I reached out to Tony on Instagram again. Somebody from the team responded and said that he was too busy to respond individually. Said fine, pass him a note. They didn't respond any further. Then I sent an email to the team basically saying the exact same thing, that I'm from here, this is my story, I want to share it with the world, could you help me get a platform? Somebody from the team responded and said that Tony got my message even though he couldn't respond to me personally. He said that he was grateful that I shared my story with him. I took my billion, moved on in life. Story number three, David Meltzer. I once shared one of my blog posts with him via DMs on Instagram. He quickly responded and asked if I was subscribed to his podcast, which I wasn't because I don't listen to podcasts. But I used to follow him on Instagram and I used to listen to his stuff. I just wasn't religiously subscribed. He then asked me to share his work and do good deeds. I told him, fine, I have shared your work before too with my buddies. Would you mind sharing my work? I thought that article was very important for the next generations. It was about standardized testing and why I felt that it was ruining education and it was making people stupid. So I sought his help to disseminate my material. He outrightly just totally ignored all my messages like I had sent nothing to him. I just repeated that he wanted me to share his work and do good deeds. I think that was probably a programmed message that anybody who reaches out to him gets. Anyway, I realized that he wasn't going to talk to me about what I needed. I grabbed my billion and moved on in life. That's how I ended up with 3 billion. That's, in essence, starting 2022, I reached out to influential figures all over the planet, from athletes to pop stars, rappers, journalists, academicians, and many more. Rarely did I get a positive response from any of them. There was just only one astronaut on Twitter that responded to me once when I tweeted a blog post to Elon Musk. He tried to help, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to. Was the only, I think his name was Robert something. That was the only exception to the rule. But he was not an influencer, he was just an astronaut. What I'm saying here is that people need to stop giving energy to these sort of people who are just harvesting energy. Like if you the the only reason why they even acknowledge your existence is that you supply them with likes, comments, and shares. That's the only reason. That's that's your only importance in their life. To them, you are just a cog in the system. You are just a cell, a battery, an energy source. That's it. Outside of that, they want to do nothing for you or with you. They're not here for you. If you're looking for a job, the last thing you should be doing is watching Gary Vee or Grant Cardone. If you're trying to build a business, you should not be watching Tony Robbins. You should be building your business. Because Tony got nothing for you. He's too busy. His team is too busy. He probably has a team of, I don't even know, more than a dozen of people that constantly promote him with shitload of content across every single platform. But they have no time to respond to you individually. They have no time to even like you. They have no time to even respond to your tagged message, right? They have their priorities straight, and you're stupid to give them energy. Instead, you should be building your own community. You should be building a strong relationships with people who are committed to you, to your success, to your mission. You with me? You need you need to celebrate yourself. You need to be the central character in your story and give energy to only those who also celebrate you. That's how you enter your celebrity phase. You have to celebrate yourself. You have to be the number one on your list. You have to be your own priority. Are you with me? And you have to link up with people who also celebrate you, just like you celebrate them. You with me?